Matteo DeLuca slammed his tattooed hand against the dining table, and every voice in the room died at once. No one touches her. His tone was quiet, which made it worse. Evelyn stood behind him in her gray maid's uniform, one hand wrapped around the other to stop them from shaking. 12 men watched her from around the long walnut table. Men in dark suits. Men who had known Matteo since he was a boy. Men who looked at her like she had carried something dirty into a church. Rain pressed against the tall windows of the DeLuca estate, soft and steady, while the chandelier threw cold light across silverware nobody had touched. Vincent Caruso leaned back in his chair. "She stabbed Matteo." Matteo turned just enough for the charcoal ink on the left side of his neck to show above his open collar. The same black lines continued down his wrists and across his fingers. "She has a name." Evelyn's throat tightened. 10 minutes earlier, she had been hiding inside the guest closet with an envelope pressed to her chest, trying not to make a sound. She had believed the winter coats would swallow her crying. Then the closet door opened, and Matteo found her sitting on the floor between his black suits, mascara burning her eyes, her knees numb against the hardwood. He had not asked if she was all right. Men like Matteo did not ask questions they already knew the answer to. He had looked at the envelope in her hand and said, "Give it to me." She had held it tighter. "You don't want to see this. That is not your decision. It will start a war." Something changed in his face then. Not fear. Matteo DeLuca did not show fear. It was recognition, as if war had already been waiting somewhere inside the house, and she had finally given it a name. Now the envelope sat in front of him on the dinner table. Its paper was creased from Evelyn's grip. A water stain had blurred one corner. Inside were loan records carrying her dead father's name, shipping invoices from DeLuca companies, and payments routed through businesses that did not exist. At the bottom of the final page was a signature Matteo had known since childhood. Salvatore DeLuca, his uncle, his advisor, the man seated 3 chairs away, calmly cutting into a piece of steak. Matteo placed 2 fingers on the document. "Tell me this signature is false." Salvatore did not look up. "You interrupted dinner for paperwork stolen by a housemaid?" Evelyn felt the insult land, but she stayed still. She had spent 11 months cleaning rooms while quietly copying dates, account numbers, and names. She had watched men speak freely because they believed a woman carrying fresh towels could not understand what she heard. They had been wrong. "I didn't steal it," she said. Salvatore finally looked at her. His smile was small and tired. "Then tell us how a maid found private family records." Evelyn's mouth went dry. Matteo shifted in front of her, blocking half the table from view. He did it without looking back. The movement was slight, almost casual, but everyone understood it. He was placing his body between her and the family. "She found them," Matteo said, "because someone here wanted her father to carry a debt that never belonged to him." Vincent stopped smiling. Salvatore set down his knife. The soft click against the plate sounded louder than the rain. Matteo opened the envelope again and pulled out a photograph Evelyn had not shown him in the closet. Her younger brother leaving his high school, taken from across the street. A message was written across the back in black ink. "Return the ledger, or the boy disappears." Matteo read it once. His jaw tightened. Then he looked at Evelyn. "How long have they been watching your family?" She forced herself to answer. "Long enough to know I work here." A silence settled over the table, heavy with calculation. Matteo turned toward the men who shared his name, his history, and possibly his betrayal. "Dinner is over," he said. No one moved. His tattooed fingers closed over the photograph. "And before anyone leaves this house, I'm going to find out which one of you threatened her brother." No one left the dining room. The rain kept tapping against the windows, soft and patient, while Matteo DeLuca stood at the head of the table with the photograph in his hand. His black suit was still damp at the shoulders from the weather outside, and the charcoal tattoo along the left side of his neck disappeared beneath his open collar. The ink continued over his wrist and across his fingers, dark against the pale paper. Evelyn remained behind him, slim and still in her gray uniform. Her beauty almost out of place in a room built on fear and old money. She wanted to look composed. She wanted her hands to stop trembling. Salvatore leaned back in his chair. You are letting a frightened girl turn this family against itself. Matteo looked at him. A frightened girl found what 12 experienced men miss. Vincent gave a quiet laugh, but there was no humor in it. Or she planted it. Evelyn finally stepped around Matteo. The room seemed colder without his body between her and the table. I did not plant anything. Vincent's eyes moved over her, as if measuring how easily she could be dismissed. Then explain it. Evelyn swallowed. Her mouth tasted like stale coffee in panic. My father handled payroll records for Belmore Freight. 3 months before he died, he found duplicate invoices attached to DeLuca shipments. The companies receiving the money had no employees, no offices, and no tax history. One of the older men frowned. Your father was an accountant? He was a bookkeeper, Evelyn said. He believed titles mattered less than numbers. Matteo glanced at her. Something in his expression softened for half a second, then disappeared. And the debt? He asked. Evelyn looked at the envelope. After he died, a loan appeared in his name. $940,000. My mother was told we had to pay it or lose the house. Then they started calling my brother's school. Salvatore's face did not change. That frightened her more than anger would have. Matteo pulled out the chair beside him. Sit. I am fine. That was not a question. She almost refused. Then her knees betrayed her, and she sat. Matteo poured water into a clean glass and placed it near her hand. He did not make a show of it. He simply noticed what no one else had. Vincent watched the gesture. You trust her already? No. Matteo said. Evelyn looked up. The answer stung, even though it was honest. Matteo continued. Trust is earned, but fear is useful. And she is afraid of the people at this table, not of being caught. The room went silent again. Evelyn opened the small notebook she had hidden beneath her apron. Pages of dates, shipping routes, and payment amounts filled the paper in careful handwriting. I came here because one name kept appearing beside the transfers. She said, Caruso Holdings. Vincent's smile vanished. That proves nothing. Maybe not. She turned another page. But this does. She slid a copy of a wire authorization across the table. Matteo picked it up. The signature belonged to Salvatore. The approval code belonged to Vincent's office. A chair scraped against the floor. Matteo raised one tattooed hand, and everyone froze. His voice stayed low. Sit down? No one argued. Evelyn could hear her own heartbeat. Matteo studied the document, then looked at Salvatore. How long? Salvatore stared back at him with the calm of a man who had prepared for this moment. Long enough to know you were never ready to lead. The words landed harder than any shout. Matteo did not move, but Evelyn saw the slight tightening in his jaw. This was not only business. This was family. Salvatore had taught him how to drive, how to tie a Windsor knot, how to stand through funerals without showing grief. Now the man was admitting that every lesson might have been preparation for betrayal. Matteo folded the document once. Everyone stays in the house tonight. Vincent stood. You cannot hold us here. Matteo's dark eyes lifted to him. I am not holding anyone. His tattooed fingers rested on the table. I am giving the guilty one time to make a mistake. Then Evelyn's phone buzzed inside her apron. She pulled it out and saw a message from an unknown number. A photograph filled the screen. Her brother sat alone in the back seat of a car, pale but unharmed. Beneath it were 6 words. Bring the ledger before midnight. Come alone. Matteo read the message over her shoulder. For the first time that evening, his control cracked. Not loudly, not completely. Just enough for Evelyn to see the dangerous promise in his eyes. You're not going alone, he said. She looked at him. They said I have to. Matteo stepped closer, lowering his voice so only she could hear. They do not get to decide what happens to you anymore. At 11:47, Evelyn stood in the DeLuca kitchen wearing a black wool coat over her gray uniform, staring at the photograph of her brother until the screen dimmed. The house had gone unnaturally quiet. No raised voices. No doors slamming. Just the low hum of the refrigerator, rain against the glass, and the occasional soft step of a guard crossing the marble hallway. Matteo entered without his jacket. His black shirt was open at the collar, exposing the charcoal tattoo that climbed the left side of his neck. More ink covered his hands, disappearing beneath his cuffs as he placed a cup of coffee beside her. Drink. Evelyn did not touch it. You said nobody could leave. Nobody from the dining room. Vincent was gone when I came downstairs. Matteo's jaw tightened. He used the service hall before my men closed the gates. So the person threatening my brother walked out of your house? Maybe. She looked at him sharply. That is supposed to make me feel better? No. His voice remained controlled. It is supposed to keep you from trusting the first explanation that feels simple. Evelyn pushed the photograph toward him. My brother is 19 years old. He works weekends at a grocery store and still calls my mother when he gets home late. This is simple to me. Matteo leaned against the counter, his tattooed fingers curling around the edge. He looked tired now, not weak, but worn in a way expensive suits could not hide. I know what it is to wait for someone who might not come home. She studied him. Who? For several seconds. He said nothing. Then his eyes moved toward the dark window. My mother. The answer was so quiet Evelyn almost missed it. I was 12. Salvatore told me to stay in a closet until he came back for me. He did. She did not. The kitchen seemed to shrink around them. Matteo rarely spoke about himself. He issued orders, asked precise questions, and left silence where other people offered explanations. Evelyn glanced at the tattoo on his hand. Is that why you heard me? I hear doors that close too softly. She finally lifted the coffee. It smelled burnt and bitter, but the heat steadied her hands. You still do not trust me. No. He met her eyes. But I believe you. The distinction landed somewhere deep in her chest. Before she could answer, Salvatore appeared in the doorway. He had changed out of his dinner jacket and carried himself with the same calm authority he had used all evening. The family is waiting in the library, he said. They want a decision before midnight. Matteo did not look away from Evelyn. They can wait. Salvatore's gaze settled on the phone between them. The boy may not have that luxury. Evelyn went cold. Matteo straightened. How do you know about the message? Silence followed. Salvatore's expression shifted by less than an inch. But it was enough. He had said too much. Evelyn set down the cup. Only Matteo and I saw it. Salvatore glanced toward the hall. Vincent told me. Vincent left before the message arrived, Matteo said. The warmth disappeared from his voice. Salvatore's eyes hardened. Be careful. Nephew, grief makes people hear accusations where there are none. Matteo stepped between him and Evelyn. He did not raise his voice. He did not need to. And guilt makes people answer questions nobody asked. From the library came the muffled sound of chairs moving and men arguing. The old house seemed to hold its breath. Salvatore looked past Matteo at Evelyn. You came into this family carrying another man's dead. Do not mistake temporary protection for belonging. Evelyn's pulse hammered, but she held his stare. I never asked to belong. Matteo's tattooed hand came to rest against the counter beside hers, close but not touching. She does not have to ask. Salvatore's face went still. Then Evelyn's phone rang. The unknown number filled the screen. She answered before Matteo could stop her. For a moment, there was only static. Then her brother whispered Evelyn, do not come. They want Matteo out of the house. The call ended. Somewhere beyond the front gates, a car engine started. Matteo looked toward the hallway as the lights flickered once. Evelyn felt the truth settle over her like ice. Her brother had never been the real target. She was the bait, and Matteo was already standing inside the trap. The lights went out before Matteo could answer. Darkness swallowed the kitchen, leaving only the pale glow of Evelyn's phone between them. Somewhere in the house, a door slammed. Then came the low murmur of men moving through the hallway. Matteo reached for her wrist, but stopped before touching her. "May I?" Evelyn nodded. His tattooed hand closed around her gently, firm enough to guide her, careful enough not to hurt. "My brother said they want you outside." "Then I'm staying inside." "Matteo." They could hurt him. He turned toward her, and the phone light caught the black ink along his neck and the hard line of his jaw. "They could hurt both of you if I leave without knowing who controls this house." A backup light flickered on over the stove, painting the kitchen in weak amber. Salvatore was gone from the doorway. Matteo pulled Evelyn toward the service hall, keeping himself between her and every open entrance. The air smelled of cold stone, furniture polished, and rain drifting through a window someone had left open. They passed 2 guards near the pantry. Both looked confused. One held a radio that produced nothing but static. "The internal system is down," the younger guard said. "Front gate cameras too." Matteo's expression did not change. "Lock the east entrance. Nobody opens a door without hearing my voice." The men moved immediately. Evelyn watched him issue orders without raising his tone. He did not look frightened, but she felt the tension in his hand each time a sound came from the dark. They reached the private wing. Matteo opened a guest room and guided her inside. The room was warm, quiet, and almost bare except for a bed, a dresser, and an old chair beside the window. "Stay here." Evelyn pulled free. "No." Matteo looked at her. "This room is protected. My brother is not. Running into the street will not bring him back. And hiding in another closet will." Matteo went still. For a moment, she saw the 12-year-old boy he had described, waiting in darkness for a mother who never returned. Evelyn regretted the sentence immediately. "I am sorry." He looked toward the open door. "Do not be." "You are right." He stepped inside and closed the door, but did not lock it. Then he removed a small silver key from his pocket and placed it on the dresser. "This opens the side stairwell. If I tell you to leave, take the stairs to the garage. There is a blue sedan with a full tank." Evelyn stared at him. "You plan an escape route for me? I plan one for everyone I am responsible for. Am I your responsibility now?" His eyes met hers. "You became my responsibility when someone used my family name to threaten yours." The answer should have sounded cold. It did not. Evelyn folded her arms, trying to stop the chill moving through her. Matteo noticed. He crossed to the closet, took out a dark wool blanket, and held it toward her. The contact was brief, but neither of them looked away. "You do not have to be afraid of me," he said. "I am not. That would be foolish. I did not say I trusted you." A faint, tired smile touched his mouth. "Good." Evelyn wrapped the blanket around her shoulders. "What happens now?" Matteo looked down the hall. "Now I find out who turned my home into a trap." A phone vibrated in his pocket. He checked the screen, and the softness vanished from his face. "What is it?" she asked. He handed her the phone. A live video showed her brother seated in an empty room. Scared but unharmed, beside him stood Vincent Caruso. Vincent looked into the camera and smiled. "Midnight dinner," he said. "Bring Evelyn, bring the ledger, and bring no one else." The video ended. Matteo took back the phone. Evelyn's stomach tightened. "You cannot go alone. Neither can you. Then what choice do we have?" Matteo looked at the open bedroom door, then at the silver key on the dresser. At 12:17, Matteo walked back into the dining room with Evelyn beside him. and every man at the table looked at her like she had become the price of peace. The backup lights cast long shadows across the walls. Rainwater shone on the black windows, turning the room into a sealed box of dark wood, cold silver, and expensive silence. Matteo had put his jacket back on, but his shirt remained open at the collar, revealing the charcoal tattoo along the left side of his neck. The same ink marked his hands as he placed Evelyn's notebook on the table. "Vincent has her brother," he said. "He wants her and the ledger at midnight." One of Matteo's uncles leaned forward. "Then give him the girl." Evelyn felt the words strike her chest, but she did not look away. Matteo did, his tattooed hand flattened against the table. "Say that again." The older man shifted in his chair. "One employee is not worth dividing the family. She is standing right here," Matteo said. His voice stayed low. "And she is worth more than every man who took money to look the other way." Salvatore stood near the fireplace, his face half hidden in shadow. "This is exactly what Vincent wants. He wants you emotional." Matteo looked at him. "You knew about the message before I showed it to anyone. I made an assumption. You made a mistake." Evelyn opened the notebook before the room could erupt. "Vincent does not care about the ledger anymore." The men turned toward her. She felt the heat rise in her face, but kept her voice steady. "The records are already copied. He knows that. What he needs is for Matteo to lead the estate while the family is divided." Salvatore gave a dismissive sigh. "And you know this because you cleaned his office?" Evelyn met his eyes. "Because I read the numbers you thought nobody beneath you could understand." She turned several pages and pointed to a list of payments. "These are not only transfers, they are votes." Matteo stepped closer. "Explain. Every relative who received money through these companies later supported Vincent in a family decision. Property sales, shipping contracts, appointments. He has been buying loyalty with money taken from DeLuca accounts." A man at the far end of the table looked down. Another loosened his tie. Evelyn saw guilt move through the room without anyone admitting it. Matteo saw it too. "How many?" he asked. "Enough to remove you if the vote happens tonight." Silence followed. The fire cracked softly behind Salvatore. Matteo closed the notebook. "Then the meeting is canceled." Salvatore's mouth tightened. "You cannot cancel family law because a maid brought you a theory. I can cancel anything held inside my house." Evelyn touched Matteo's sleeve. The gesture was small, but he looked at her immediately. "Vincent expected you to react like this," she said. "He wants everyone to believe you are protecting me because you have lost control." Matteo's eyes darkened. "What are you suggesting?" The answer hurt before she said it. "Send me away. No, publicly." She forced herself to continue. "Tell them I lied. Tell them I was dismissed. If Vincent believes I no longer have your protection, he may move my brother or contact me directly." Matteo stared at her as though she had offered to step off a roof. "You are asking me to make you a target. I am already a target. Not while you are under my roof. My brother is still under his." Their eyes held across the narrow space between them. Evelyn saw anger in him, but underneath it was something worse. Fear, not for his name, for her. Matteo turned away and placed both tattooed hands on the table. Everyone listened carefully. "Evelyn Harper no longer works for this family." The sentence cut through the room. Evelyn knew it was part of the plan. But her throat still tightened. Matteo continued, colder now. "She acted without permission. Took private records and brought danger into my home." Salvatore smiled. Several men relaxed. Evelyn made herself stand straight. Matteo looked at her, and for 1 second his expression nearly broke. Then he opened the dining room door. "Leave." She walked past him without speaking. The hallway smelled of wax, wet wool, and old smoke. She kept going until the door closed behind her. Only then did she hear Matteo's voice through the wood. "Quiet and dangerous. Anyone who follows her answers to me." Evelyn reached the front steps and found a black car waiting beneath the rain. Her phone buzzed. A message from Vincent appeared on the screen. Good. Now we can speak honestly. Beneath it was an address and a photograph of her brother holding up 3 fingers. It was their childhood signal. 3 men do not trust the person beside you. Evelyn slowly looked toward the driver. A silver family ring gleamed on his hand. Evelyn did not get into the car. She stood under the stone awning with rain blowing across her face. Her eyes fixed on the silver ring wrapped around the driver's right hand. It carried the DeLuca crest, but the edges were worn smooth, as if it had belonged to someone older. Who sent you? She asked. The driver glanced at her through the open window. Mr. DeLuca, which one? His expression changed. Barely. It was enough. Evelyn stepped back just as the front door opened behind her. Matteo came down the steps without an umbrella, his black coat hanging open over his shirt. Rain darkened the charcoal tattoo along the left side of his neck and gathered on the ink across his hands. He looked at the driver, then at the ring. Get out of the car. The man kept both hands on the wheel. Boss, I was told to take her to the safe apartment. I did not give that order. The driver swallowed. Matteo opened the rear door and checked the empty seat. Then the floor. A second phone rested beneath the front passenger seat, its screen still glowing with Evelyn's address. Matteo picked it up and looked at the most recent message. Bring her through the west entrance. No witnesses. He turned the phone toward Evelyn. You were right. She folded her arms against the cold. That does not make me feel better. It should not. Matteo looked at 2 guards near the doorway. Take him inside. No one questions him until I am there. The driver stepped out without resistance. As he passed, Evelyn saw the ring more clearly. It was not Matteo's. The crest had a small crack through the center. Her brother's warning had not been about the man beside her. It had been about the man who gave him the ring. Salvatore, she said. Matteo went still. What? The crack. I saw it at dinner. Salvatore wears the same ring. Matteo looked toward the house. The light from the foyer caught the rain on his face. For a moment, he seemed less like the man who controlled the DeLuca family and more like someone standing at the edge of a memory he did not want to enter. He gave me my first one when I turned 18, Matteo said. He said the ring meant nobody in the family stood alone. Evelyn watched his tattooed hand close around the phone. Maybe that was true once. Or maybe I wanted it to be. They returned to the library. The room smelled of old paper, leather, and a fire burning too hot. Salvatore was gone. His half-finished drink remained on the table, a wet circle spreading beneath the glass. Matteo opened the cabinet behind the desk and found an empty space where several account books should have been. Evelyn moved closer. He knew he found the transfers. He knew before tonight. Matteo ran his thumb over the shelf. He has been guiding every decision I made for 15 years. The anger in his voice was quiet, buried under something that sounded almost like grief. Evelyn touched his sleeve. You are allowed to be wrong about someone you loved. Matteo looked down at her hand, then at her face. Men in my position are not allowed to be wrong. That is what men like Salvatore need you to believe. Their eyes held. The rain and the voices outside the library faded until Evelyn became aware of how close they were standing. Matteo lifted one tattooed hand, but stopped before touching her cheek. May I? She nodded. His fingers brushed away a strand of wet hair. The gesture was gentle, almost uncertain, and that uncertainty affected her more than his power ever had. A phone rang on the desk. Matteo answered on speaker. Vincent's voice came through smooth and amused. I hear you dismissed the maid. I hear you stole a 19-year-old boy. I borrowed leverage. Salvatore taught us both that family is expensive. Matteo's face hardened. Where is he? At a dinner you cannot afford to miss. 1 o'clock, Bellini's private room. Evelyn looked at the clock. They had 26 minutes. Vincent continued. Bring the ledger. Bring Evelyn. If Salvatore comes with you, the boy walks away. The call ended. Matteo stared at the phone. Evelyn understood before he spoke. Vincent does not know Salvatore is missing. No. Matteo said, which means they are not working together anymore. From the hallway came a shout. One of the guards entered, breathing hard. We found Salvatore's car near the south gate. Empty. Matteo looked at Evelyn, the black ink on his neck disappearing beneath the shadow of his collar. There are 2 betrayals happening tonight. Evelyn picked up the notebook. Then we stopped treating them like the same war. At 1:12 in the morning, Matteo DeLuca walked into Bellini's private dining room with Evelyn at his side. And every conversation stopped. The restaurant had been closed for hours. But the long table was still set with white linen, untouched plates, and red wine breathing in crystal glasses. Garlic, roasted meat, and expensive tobacco hung in the air. Matteo wore a black suit with no tie. His collar open enough to reveal the charcoal tattoo rising along the left side of his neck. Matching ink covered his hands as he pulled out a chair for Evelyn without taking his eyes off Vincent Caruso. Vincent sat at the far end of the table, surrounded by 6 men from both families. Evelyn's brother, Daniel, was seated against the wall. He looked pale and exhausted, but unharmed. Relief nearly weakened her knees. Evelyn, Daniel said. She took 1 step toward him. Matteo's tattooed hand moved in front of her, stopping her without touching. Not yet, Vincent smiled. Still giving orders after half your family turned against you? You asked for dinner, Matteo said. We are here. Evelyn looked around the room. Salvatore was not among them. That absence felt louder than anything Vincent could say. Matteo placed her notebook on the table. Release the boy. Vincent lifted his wine glass. After the vote, one of the older DeLuca men cleared his throat. This meeting concerns leadership. Matteo has placed a family at risk over an employee. Evelyn felt every eye shift toward her. Vincent leaned back. A maid with access to private records. A frightened woman who created a story about stolen money because her father left her with debt. Evelyn opened the notebook. My father did not leave the debt. Her voice shook once, then steadied. Your companies did. Vincent's smile remained, but his fingers tightened around the glass. Careful. Matteo stepped closer to the table. Let her speak. You see? Vincent said to the room. She gives the orders now. Evelyn ignored him. She laid out 3 copy pages, one at a time. These payments were sent to relatives before every vote Vincent needed. This one went to Anthony DeLuca 2 days before the Harper contract changed hands. This one cleared Michael Caruso's private loan before he supported Vincent's expansion. This one paid a medical bill for a council member's son. Men around the table began avoiding one another's eyes. Anthony shifted in his chair. Those were family favors. No, Evelyn said. They were purchases. Vincent set down his glass. You have no idea how families like ours survive. By making everyone owe you? She asked. That is not loyalty. That is rent. Silence spread across the room. Matteo looked at her, and something quiet passed between them. Pride, maybe, or trust finally taking shape. Vincent's face hardened. She stole those records. Evelyn reached into her coat and removed a small voice recorder. Then maybe you should hear why my father copied them. She pressed play. Her father's tired voice filled the room, followed by Salvatore's. The older man was warning him to stop asking questions about the transfers. Daniel closed his eyes. One of the DeLuca men whispered a curse. Vincent stood so quickly, his chair struck the wall. That recording proves nothing about me. You approved the accounts, Evelyn said. Your code is on every transfer. Vincent looked toward Matteo. You are going to destroy the family over her. Matteo moved in front of Evelyn, placing himself between her and the men who had risen from the table. His voice was cold and level. No, I am going to find out which parts of this family are still worth saving. One of the elders pointed at Evelyn. Give her to Vincent. And this ends tonight. Matteo's tattooed hand closed around the back of an empty chair. She is not property. Then step down, the man said. The room held its breath. Matteo looked at Daniel, then at Evelyn. She could see the choice cutting through him. Keep the title or protect the people his title had failed. Evelyn touched his wrist. You do not have to lose everything for me. Matteo turned his hand beneath hers, gently holding her fingers. This is not only for you. Then he faced the table. If keeping this chair requires me to hand over an innocent woman, then Vincent can have the chair. Vincent smiled, believing he had won. Matteo continued, but he does not get the family. Before anyone could answer, the doors behind them opened. Salvatore stepped into the room, rain on his coat and a silver ring gleaming on his hand. That, he said, looking directly at Vincent, was never yours to promise. Salvatore closed the restaurant doors behind him, and the soft click carried more weight than a shout. Rain glistened on his gray coat. The cracked silver ring on his hand caught the chandelier light as he walked toward the table. Vincent's confidence faltered. You were supposed to be gone. Salvatore removed his gloves slowly. You were supposed to understand your place. Matteo kept himself between Evelyn and the room, his tattooed hand still holding hers. Daniel walks out first, he said. Salvatore looked at Evelyn's brother, then nodded toward the side door. One of the older men released Daniel without argument. Daniel crossed the room quickly. Evelyn met him halfway and wrapped her arms around him. He smelled like stale coffee and cold rain. Are you hurt? She whispered, No, just scared. That makes two of us. Matteo watched until Daniel stood safely behind him. Only then did he face Salvatore. You created the debt. Salvatore poured himself a glass of water as though they were discussing a delayed shipment. Your father left this family weak. I built a system that kept everyone dependent on us. Evelyn stepped forward. You threatened working families and called it loyalty. I gave them structure, Salvatore replied. Your father could not accept that. Her stomach tightened, so you silenced him. Salvatore's expression did not change. He made a choice. Matteo's tattooed fingers curled at his side. He looked ready to cross the room, but Evelyn touched his wrist. The contact stopped him. Salvatore noticed. There it is, he said quietly. The weakness Vincent promised me. Matteo glanced down at Evelyn's hand, then back at the man who had raised him. No, she is the reason I still have a choice. Vincent moved toward the head of the table. Enough, Matteo surrendered his position. The family needs a vote. Evelyn opened her notebook again. Then everyone should know what they are voting for. She removed a final folded page from the back cover. Salvatore's calm finally cracked. Where did you get that? My father mailed it to himself before he died. Evelyn laid it on the table. It lists every false debt, every property taken, and every family member Vincent planned to replace once he became boss. The men nearest Vincent began reading. His allies looked up one by one, anger replacing loyalty. Vincent pointed toward Evelyn. She is lying. Then explain my name. Anthony DeLuca said, holding up the page. You plan to remove me next month. Another man stood. Then another. The room shifted away from Vincent without anyone firing a shot or raising a fist. His power disappeared in the space between one breath and the next. Salvatore watched it happen with a tired sadness. You could have ruled all of them. He told Matteo. Instead, you chose a maid. Matteo stepped closer, the charcoal tattoo on his neck stark above his open collar. I chose not to become you. A sharp sound came from the hallway. One of Vincent's men pushed through the door, panic on his face. Matteo turned immediately, placing his body in front of Evelyn and Daniel. A heavy serving cart rolled into the room and struck the wall. Glass shattered across the floor. Evelyn flinched. Matteo pulled her behind a marble column as the room erupted into confusion. There was no graphic violence, only shouting, overturned chairs, and people rushing for the exits. Something struck Matteo's shoulder as he shielded her. He grunted but did not move away. "Matteo," Evelyn said. "I am fine." He was not. His face had gone pale, and one arm hung stiffly at his side. Still, he took the car keys from his pocket and pressed them into her palm. "Take Daniel. Go through the kitchen. Not without you. Evelyn, you said I was not property. That means you do not get to order me into abandoning you." For one stunned second, he almost smiled. They slipped through the kitchen and climbed the narrow stairs to an apartment above the restaurant. The room smelled of flour, old wood, and burnt coffee. Matteo lowered himself into a chair. Evelyn knelt beside him, checking his shoulder with careful hands. "You stood in front of me. I said no one would touch you. That was not permission to sacrifice yourself." His dark eyes met hers. It was not sacrifice. She swallowed. Then what was it? Matteo lifted his tattooed hand and touched her cheek only after she leaned into it. A choice. Below them, car doors slammed and engines started. Daniel looked through the blinds. "Vincent is leaving." Evelyn opened the notebook and studied the remaining account list. "Let him," Matteo frowned. "Why?" She looked at the clock. Then at the names of the families Vincent had betrayed. Because by sunrise, he will not have a single account, ally, or vote left to come home to. By sunrise, the DeLuca estate looked less like a fortress and more like a house that had finally survived telling the truth. Men who had spent years lowering their voices around Salvatore now stood in the great hall reading copies of the records. Evelyn had uncovered. Vincent's accounts had been frozen by the banks holding the disputed family funds. His allies had walked away before dawn. The vote he planned to steal never happened. Matteo entered the room with his left arm supported in a dark sling. His black shirt open at the collar, the charcoal tattoo on his neck visible beneath the morning light. The ink across his hand looked almost blue as he placed the final ledger on the table. Evelyn stood beside Daniel near the staircase. She had changed out of her maid's uniform and into a simple black dress borrowed from one of the guest rooms. It fit her slender frame cleanly, but there was nothing decorative about the way she carried herself. She looked tired, beautiful, and completely unwilling to disappear. Salvatore waited near the fireplace. For the first time, he looked old. "You are going to destroy your own name over paperwork," he said. Matteo faced him. "No. You destroyed it when you decided fear was easier than loyalty. Fear kept this family alive." Evelyn stepped forward. "Fear kept people quiet. That is not the same thing." Every face turned toward her. Months earlier, she would have lowered her eyes. Now she held the room without raising her voice. She explained the false debts, the homes taken from families who could not fight back, and the workers threatened into silence. Then she placed her father's final letter beside the ledger. "My father believed numbers told the truth when people would not." She said, "He was right." One of the elders asked what Matteo intended to do. Everyone expected punishment. Everyone expected the old rules. Matteo looked at Salvatore, the man who had raised him, then at Evelyn, the woman who had forced him to see what power had made convenient to ignore. "Every false debt is canceled," he said. "Every property taken through those debts is reviewed and returned where possible. The records go to independent attorneys. No family vote overrides that decision." A murmur moved through the hall. One man protested that outsiders would see weakness. Matteo's tattooed fingers rested against the ledger. "Then let them see it." He looked around the room. A name that survives only because innocent people are afraid of it is not honor. It is a threat wearing a family crest. Salvatore lowered his eyes. Vincent was gone, but his absence no longer carried danger. It carried emptiness. Matteo stripped both men of authority and ordered the family businesses rebuilt under lawful oversight. It was not mercy without consequence. It was consequence without revenge becoming the only language left. Later, when the house had quieted, Evelyn returned to the upstairs closet where Matteo had found her crying. The door stood open. Morning light reached all the way to the back wall. Matteo stopped behind her. "You do not have to stay," he said. "I cleared your family's debt. Daniel and your mother are safe." Evelyn turned. "You still think this was about owing you something?" His expression softened. "I think freedom means being able to leave. It also means being able to choose where you stand." She looked at his sling, then at the tattooed hand he had used to shield her. "You protected me when everyone wanted the easy answer. But I'm not staying because you saved me." Matteo said nothing. She stepped closer. "I am staying because when you had the power to become worse, you chose to become better." His gaze dropped, as though the words cost more than praise should. "You made that choice possible." "No," Evelyn said. "I made it harder to avoid." A tired smile touched his mouth. He offered his hand without closing the distance for her. She placed hers in it. Outside, the rain had stopped. The city was still dangerous. The family was still broken in places no ledger could repair overnight. Love did not erase any of that. It simply gave both of them someone before whom they could no longer pretend that power was the same as strength. Matteo looked at the open closet door. "I used to think protecting people meant standing in front of them." Evelyn squeezed his hand. "Sometimes it means standing beside them while they tell the truth." They left the door open when they walked away.